Imagine if the black man was half as intelligent as the white man.
Actually,
or rather,
just don't know how to.
Yeah, imagine if the black man applies himself
that's the word,
as much as the white man does. Because we're actually smarter, stronger, and wiser than the whites by far. I mean, civilization came from the black man, but history has wiped that. They don't want you to know your powers. Wise thoughts.
You know, as a black man, after a certain period of time, you start to understand that the reason why a lot of people of the other races stay far away from black people, they don't hang out with black people, they have limited black friends, or they just don't, they stay far away from black people, right? It's not because of the color of their skin or racism or that they're black in and of itself. It's just, it just comes down to character. And what I mean by this is like, I'll give y'all an example. Like you will see as a black person, right, realizing this, something that another black person does, and you're just like, okay, that's why Joey and Tom doesn't want to hang out with Dequarius. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why, you know what I'm saying, Nick doesn't want to hang out with Naquan. You know what I mean? Like that's why. You know, there's just a certain type of stereotype that exists, and let's keep it a buck, man. Stereotypes would not exist if they weren't somewhat true. You know, and I just feel like a lot of black people just got to start accepting that there's a certain stereotype out there that has been created, not by you, but like a certain faction of the black community that, right, like that's why, you know what I'm saying, people see us and they look the other way, or they don't want to be associated with us. It's 100% the way that, you know, certain black people behave and act in certain scenarios. And also another truth is, you know, if you speak proper, or, you know what I'm saying, you don't do the typical black thing that a black person would do, right, you're called white. And it also gets to a point where if you're not ghetto and you speak proper, they call you, oh, you're trying to fit in with the whites. You know, you're trying to be white. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm here to say that the ratchet behavior and the aggressive, just the aggressiveness just needs to stop. Like, there's no other way around it. Like, that's just the truth, bro.
Black people are the first people. Black people are the mothers and fathers of everybody on this planet. The first people to know about God. The first people to be mathematicians, architects, scientists, philosophers, to know about astronomy. But when the people who classify themselves as white started taking over, they knew of the critical importance in the area of religion, of telling people, the whole world of colored people, that God was white.
I worked with some of the smartest people I've ever worked with, especially the Nigerians that I worked with. Better command of the English language than I have, and it's a second language or even a third language for many of them. Just an understanding of the way the world works, even though you would think they are siloed or isolated living where they live. Trust me, the world is flat. Democratization of information is there. Everyone has the internet. And so, you know, there was a lot that I had to learn just about the different cultural practices and nuances in Ghana alone, let alone with my counterparts in Nigeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, South Africa. I mean, I work with people from all over the continent.
The smarter you are, the more intelligent you are, especially as a person of color, the more you're going to find yourself in like an area where there's no black person at all. There's absolutely no black people here. You're going to be the only black person. And a lot of times when you go to these environments, people like to say stupid shit. They like to play stupid games. There's a lot of little sneaky shit, man. Right? Like, all I'm doing is saying the quiet part out loud, but then I'm saying if people act like I'm creating some type of division, I'm not. It's just what it is.
Now, for the longest time possible, I have always wished for a time like this when even blacks themselves will realize that they are smarter than the whites, because they have for a long time been taken advantage of. Now take for example what is happening in Africa, the brain drain, whereby every top-notch student in a high school are given scholarships to study abroad. This has been a choreographed move to ensure that the smartest students do not study in Africa. They are taken away and their brain is drained. That is something that have never been realized by the Africans, and this is taking them down, because the white man knew that blacks have got the brain. Blacks are in fact the originators of the modern civilization. You remember the hieroglyphics in Egypt, the pyramids, how these modern infrastructural developments, the ideas came from. Again, famously known as Pythagoras, built a great mathematical expression, that is the Pythagoras theorem, because of how he lived in Egypt and the kind of interaction he drew from Egyptians, or rather Africans. So these modern civilizations were drawn from the high intelligence of the black man, and it is high time we know that the black man holds a bigger stake in the growth of this world. By that realization, our value will be built, and we will never feel inferior in the eyes of any race. I've seen instances where when a white man comes in Africa or goes to where blacks are, they are treated differently and they are seen as messiahs, somebody who is so smart, so rich, so bold, and any other good thing that can be attached to a man, without the realization that this dark pigment on the skin is way better than the light skin, is even more valuable, more which term can I use, is the best to have, and more so the brain capability. Blacks have got a wider brain capability as compared to the white man. This is the point that if we let it sink on the minds of a white man right from infancy, then we will get done with this whole idea of black inferiority, or rather white supremacy. And that is the point when everyone will sit on the table equally and share ideas, and the mutual relationship will increase, because everyone will have his or her value, and all people will be humans, and blacks will never be seen as non-humans. So as we champion for this idea of blacks are humans, that is what we have to get along from this video, and that is what we learned today. Now, for more videos, if you're watching us for the first time, kindly make a subscription. Also share, like, and share your thought also on these videos, because that is how we build this conversation. We need this conversation to go wide and viral for us to change the world to be a better place. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.